Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got back from the theaters after seeing Jumanji! Welcome to the Jungle. This is a 2017 film that is kinda sort of a sequel to the Jumanji movie that I watched as a kid with Robin Williams. I'll be honest, I went into this not expecting a good movie. I didn't. Between the trailer looking pretty bad, so the fact that it seemed like they were just remaking it or just doing a cash cow on a name brand that people would recognize. And so let's talk about the plot. The plot is we meet these 4 teenagers, and I say teenagers even though I know that that one black dude is not a teenager. I looked him up and he's 30 years old. What the hell? Come on, I can understand some of them are 20 and one girl's 18 in real life, and it's like, okay, you're close enough to play a high school kid. You got a 30-year-old dude walking around like, hey, what's up guys, I'm here for football and class. Like, give me a break. The 4 of them end up in detention for various reasons, and while they're in detention, they find this video game. I know in the original movie it was a board game, and this film does explain how it went from a board game to a video game, although it turned into like an Atari video game. And it's like, well, why didn't you just turn into a PlayStation? This is Sony making this movie, and you don't use and promote PlayStation? So when they use the game, they end up inside the game like you mostly would do, and in this portion of the game, they're in the jungle. And they become avatars of new characters, and that's where we meet our actual stars like The Rock, like Kevin Hart, and Jack Black, and Karen Gillan. And you see them having, like, they're really teenagers inside, but they're using the attributes and the strength of these characters. So they're going through the jungle, trying to veer off these animals and the main villain of the movie. And I will say, the movie didn't suck. So there's that, and that's a good thing, but I didn't love it either. I thought that the moments that work in the movie, the humor and some of the action stuff, and some of the acting, the performances, I thought, yeah, some of that worked, but then there was just as much stuff almost that didn't work for me. At the beginning, I'm telling you, like, these teenagers are so just generic and one note and badly written and stereotypes, and it's just... I know that you can have stereotypes in movies, and then if you build off of it, it can work. But when you only spend such little time with these actors playing the teenagers, it just comes off bad. And some of them aren't even good actors, and the stereotypes are so in your face. And the fact that we got a Power Rangers movie earlier this year that did the same Breakfast Club setup, but did it 100 times better and had so many more, much more interesting characters. But once you get into the game, once you meet The Rock, and The Rock is playing the geeky, nerdy, shy kid, but he's The Rock, so he's a badass, and he has these abilities, and he almost doesn't even know how he's doing these abilities, but he's also shy. You have Karen Gillan, who in real life, she's a nerd as well, but here she's a badass. Jack Black. The fact that you have Jack Black having to pretend to be this girl, this teenage girl who's all about her phone and social media and her looks, and there was some little moments of it just not working or being a little annoying, but for the most part it made me laugh. Mostly because it's Jack Black and he can pull that off. For some reason he did. The jungle environment, that was something that surprised me or impressed me by how much I liked, because the original Jumanji, you don't see that. Robin Williams goes into the game and he comes back after saying he was in the jungle. It's my only complaint though about them being in the jungle and the animals is that the animals were all controlled by the villain. And it would have been nice just to see animals, being themselves. But in this game, we get a villain who's played by Bobby Cannavale, who is an actor that I've seen in quite a few things. I think he's a really good actor, and I like him. But seeing him in this movie, it's so bad. I almost feel bad for criticizing Steppenwolf in Justice League. Since they turned the board game into a video game, the movie uses video game rules. The characters have lives, so if they die, and you get some gruesome deaths, some of it's played for comedy, but it's like, I just saw a character get eaten by an animal in an actual movie that was taken from a video game, like Tomb Raider or Resident Evil or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Why didn't they actually just play up with this? Why hasn't anyone else taken the actual rules of a video game and just applied it to the movie? It sounds so simple, but to see a film use that and actually use it well. When Nick Jonas shows up, I got worried. I remember seeing him in the trailer and thought, why are we trying to make Nick Jonas happen? Why are we trying to make him an actor? You can't look at him and not think Jonas Brothers. But in the movie, he was fine. Like halfway through, I was thinking, okay, I guess rental, because I just couldn't excuse how bad the teenage writing was, and the setup of it was so lazy to me. But I was having some fun during the middle portions of it, and the actual star actors were doing such a good job as playing them that once you get some character arcs between them, and then once you see the teenagers as teenagers again, somehow they ended up being better characters or more interesting. They actually came off as better actors, which is shocking and surprising. So that shows that something worked here. I'm going to give it a low matinee. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Did you like it? Did you love it? Do you hate it because you love the original so much? Or did you think this one paid enough respect to it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!